I'm feeling nostalgic today, guys. It's been a minute since I played anything lower than level 60. The raid group that we have right now going on Wednesdays is 65. Here is my group of Dark Elves, level 57 or thereabouts. I think they're all actually 57. And it seems like one of them has yet to teleport in. So let's take care of that. I think maybe I wasn't targeting the right person. There we go. Okay, they're getting ported in now. So if you don't remember, I have a Shadow Knight that I'm driving with today. I have a Dark Elf Ranger, because remember, Dark Elves could be Rangers now. I don't make the rules. I don't know why. It's what they chose. And a Dark Elf Rogue. So they're all Dark Elves. So we're going to go over here to our Adventure Recruiter. This is the Butcher Block, Lost Dungeons of Norath camp, right near the XIII entrance. We're going to hail them. Actually, I think we got to right-click on them. It's been a minute, guys. It's been a minute since I've done this. We're going to go Risk High, and we're going to go Mob Count, just because it's always the simpler of the tasks to do the mob count, because it's just straight up killing stuff, and I enjoy doing that. So we're gonna say request, and we gotta kill 58. That's a good number, man. That's in the higher numbers right there. We're gonna hit accept, and there we go. I think we got it. Yep, we got it. So we're gonna close it out on the other characters here. I'm gonna have them all follow the leader. Gonna make sure I pull out mounts for each one, because we gotta run through XIII, and with XIII there could be an elf or something that tries to chase us down, and at this level they could potentially pose some risk, some hazard still, and I'd rather not have to deal with it, you know? I probably could just let the mercenaries go after him, because I'm 3-boxing. I'm controlling all 3 characters. I could probably just let the mercenaries attack, but I don't want to risk losing what little buffs I have. Sometimes I will do a little pre-buffing with my higher level guys and buff everybody in the group, but I feel like this group they don't have good gear, but it's good enough. It's good enough to get by, especially in Lost Dungeons, because, you know, they're wearing Defiant and stuff. So even if it's not the best Defiant, I don't think any of them are in Elaborate yet. I think it's like flawed and intricate pieces. I think I can't wear Elaborate until 59, I believe. So yeah. Some of the jewelry is kind of nice, like the tank has compartmented Valium Trio, which gives them a 381 hit points, 15 AC for each ring. I think that's pretty much like all their jewelry is that. Let's see, what I'm using right now is a intricate great sword. These are crafted by players along with the AUG that goes in it. That gives it a Kazakh Thule Strike, which is a 20 health life tap. So that's probably what I'll be using. If it's a little bit rough, I could always switch to Sword and Board. Still not used to saying it that way. All right, everybody's on auto follow, and we're in Elfe, and there's the little line. If you're new to doing Lost Dungeons, like you've never done one before, it's really easy. I mean, as far as finding it, there's the compass up here on the kind of top right corner, and that blue line will tell you, you know, see if it's to the left, so that means I gotta go more left to find the entrance to the dungeon. And each of these Lost Dungeons are instance dungeons. It's one of the nice things about them. You never have to worry about getting to a camp and someone else is there already. Oh, Brownie Scout. Yeah, I really hate these guys a lot. So I'm actually gonna take the time to kill him just because they used to cause me so much grief back in the day that I don't mind wasting 10 seconds to stop and take them out. I know that there's not going to be any newbies running around here, at least highly unlikely that they will be. So it's not like I'm making the world safe for anybody. But by the way, this is the little pixie tower. They sell spells up there. But if you ever have a shaman and you need the pixie dust to make your potions, there's a bunch of pixies right here. A whole bunch of them. You just gotta watch out for things like Equestrial over here. Let's go mess him up real quick too, because he's ready to attack. He's a jerk too, man. He's like a Shadow Knight horse. And we got him. I don't know. He has that one drop, his little horn or hoof or horn fragment. Don't know really. That would be terrifying in real life. I mean, the size of that spider, it's big as my mount. Alright, let's stop messing around. Let's go to the dungeon entrance. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Just a let's play kind of video, and I hope you guys are cool with it. I know I like sharing information, but I try to do that in my let's play. Like, you know, usually things come up that I can say, oh, well, this is noteworthy, or, you know. So we just click on the doors. God, it's been months since I've done one of these, man. Absolutely months. It's kind of nice. I've been a little overwhelmed. I'm not making enough money to really take care of all my bills, and I'm been committing way too much time to play this game. So I'm having to step back a little bit from just playing and doing what I enjoy, because I gotta feed the machine, right? I gotta pay the bills. And it's, of course, paying the bills isn't fun, but it's one of those things you kind of have to do. Oh, natural silk is always good. That's a trade skill material. But I do like these old dungeons. They've got like a nice classic Everquest feel to them. But with being instanced, you know, they don't have all the hassles of other dungeons. And they're always appropriate for your level, you know? Unless you're over the level cap, which I think the cap is either 60 or 65. It might be 65. And this group is getting close to the cap. But that also means I'm going to get the better loot from here. And I'll get more adventure points or whatever. The alt currency kind of thing that is used to purchase stuff from this era. Yeah, really not a whole lot of things here that, unless they all ganged up on me at once, I don't think they'd cause me a whole lot of damage. So I could probably fight things that were yellow and red con here without too much trouble, as long as I wasn't getting ganged up on too badly. Getting 0.911% XP per kill, it looks like. If you're wondering, I got a cleric mercenary doing the healing, of course. And I just had the rogue disarm that annoying trap. So I've got a tank merc, a rogue merc, and a healer merc. I know I'm playing a Shadow Knight that's a tank. I always like to have an extra tank. I might actually switch out the tank for another DPS, honestly. Just because, although if I want to do that, I gotta wait a moment to be in like fast rest mode, which is about 10 seconds, so I'll wait. I've got extra slots on this character, so I really, if I wanted to, I could get a wizard merc for them too, because right now this Shadow Knight has one of each. They've got a wizard, not a wizard, sorry, a rogue, a tank, and a healer in their merc pocket, or whatever you call it, you know, that they can switch out. And if you don't know, here's where I can throw in a little extra info. You can buy extra merc slots. So yeah, I think you only start with one if you've, you know, if you're new or returning, or you've been away for a long time and they didn't have mercs when you left. Yeah, I think you start off with just a single slot, and you can purchase additional slots. I don't know if you can quest additional slots. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? You could do a quest to unlock extra slots, but I do know that you can purchase slots. So if we go over here to the Daybreak store and type in Merc, and it's here somewhere. Potion of Mercenary Amnesia. Well, that will change your mercenary's name. I don't know if it's just for, like, if you change the rogue's name, it'll be all the rogues. Like, even if you switch out and get a new rogue, they'll have that new name, or if it's all your mercenaries. So if you name one mercenary Bob, would all of them be named Bob, or just the tank ones that you named, or the rogue, or, you know, whoever you happen to have when you name it? I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm not actually seeing the mercenary thing. I'm just seeing the mercenary amnesia. So let's take a look at one of these other accounts of mine. Okay, I think I unlocked all the slots on that character, so that's why you don't see it. It would look like this. It looks like a small helmet, and it says Mercenary Slot 1. And because I have a good amount of slots unlocked, I've only got 2 more slots, I think, that I can unlock if I wanted to. It doesn't show the one for, like, 3. Because I think it's, you can either get 1 or 3 or something like that. So, but for 1, it's 1,000 Daybreak tokens. So yeah, you can purchase additional slots. Back to the adventure at hand, killing as many as 58 mobs. Oh yeah, let's get the loot here. I think this is a, what's a shadowy essence? Is that worth looting? I don't know. What about the black powder? I don't know either. I guess I'm gonna end up looting it, just because. I mean, if I get overburdened, I've got multiple characters here that I can pass stuff off to. Okay, so that's the cleric back there, and I've got 2 little gnome rogues here backstabbing, because I'm not doing a good job as the tank. I'm not taunting enough. And for anybody who's watching my video right now, maybe you're completely new to the game, or you haven't been back, you used to play and you've been away, please don't let my moment of multi-boxing here fool you and thinking, oh, everybody's just multi-boxing now. It's partially true that there's a lot of people that do play multiple characters, right? But at least with me and my guild, we try to group up as much as possible. I've got 3 groups on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're usually full with 6 people, and we're live streaming and doing content. And then our Wednesday night raids, some of us multi-box just because we don't have enough people to, you know, man all the positions needed in the raid. So yeah, some of us will box an extra cleric or something like that, just because you can never have too many clerics, man. You never have too many clerics or tanks in a raid, and we could always use more of those. So if you're looking for people that actually play with each other, not that way, you perv, but actually, you know, play the game with one another, okay? You disgusting. Anyway, but actually play the game. then come over to the Phobiah server and just look for anybody with the Chamber of Chaos tag. That's the guild, and we're always happy to invite new people. It doesn't really matter how much or little experience you have. You learn as you go, you know? What I would suggest is don't go buying a heroic level 50 to get to 65 that much faster. I mean, unless you're really, really pressed for time. Just because it might be better for you, especially if you're brand new or been away, to play the character up to level 65 for the raid, so you're at least more familiar with it and what they can do. Because at 65, you know, you already got AAs for a while, and the AA abilities, or alternate advancement abilities, they're kind of a big deal. They really make a difference in some of the stuff you can do, and you don't want to not know how to use them, you know? Okay, I guess I cannot disarm that trap when we're in combat. I tried to, even before the rogue got into combat. So I'm gonna have to wait. Mithril Amulet. Remember these? These were always worth a good amount of money. I think they're worth over 100 plat, or close to it. Okay, let's try to disarm this trap again. Still no! Wow, this is crazy, man. Okay, there we go, finally. I had a couple of failures there, man. Disarming that trap. So remember, that is something rogues can always do. You gotta, of course, practice the skill. But there's some pretty good places where you can go to skill that up pretty quickly. Like for those who are not new and remember original Everquest and Nagafin's Lair, that giant square rock that comes down that crushes you in Nagi's Lair, you can click on that a bunch of times as a rogue and sort of disarm the mechanism so it doesn't move anymore. I better not do that too much. People are going to be like, what are you doing moving your arms up and down like that? But that's usually where I go to skill up my disarm traps, is Nagi's Lair. There's also that pendulum axe in Soul, I think it's Soul B. So let's take a look here. We are at 22 out of 58. So we gotta kill more to get to 58, but we're doing good. We still got 76 minutes, so you got it gives you plenty of time. Of course, if you got crappier gear or no gear at all, it'll take you a lot longer, and you'll get hurt a lot more. But you can do this if you don't want to play 3 characters. Well, you know, find a group to do this with, or if you don't mind playing 2 characters, you could do it with 2 characters and each character having a merc, because you need at least a minimum of 3 in the group to have access to these dungeons. So you could not really solo or just molo it, as they call it now, with the with the mercenary. It's like solo but with a mercenary. They call it molo. I think that sounds goofy, but I would just say soloing with a merc. Why do you have to make a short little word for it? Anyway, I wonder, like, who sort of makes up the names for it? How does it sort of become like the official term or slang or whatever for something? Like, you know, is there a council of Everquest players? They're like, okay, we're gonna call it, you know, the movement's passed, we're gonna call it Molo for now on. It's kind of like, what was the group that decided that we're on Phobiah, because it's sort of a RP server, that Elvish was going to be the default language. So everybody's got to learn Elvish if they want to communicate with each other. I guess, so kudos or bonus, you know, props to the people for actually deciding on one language. Instead of saying, well, you know, I speak Froglock, so you got to speak Froglock, or whatever, you know what I'm saying. everyone sort of decided, and I guess Elvish is as good as any, although had I been there, I probably would have put in a bid for common or human. So the argument I heard why Elvish was chosen was because it was the most common race. But that's not really true. The argument was, well, because there's 3 different elf races. There's the wood elves, the high elves, and the dark elves. But the dark elves, at least not on Throne of Eye, they do not speak Elvish. They have to learn Elvish. We start off speaking, what, Teardal? Or what's the language? I will look here under my skills. And I believe I've learned Elvish now already. So yes, Dark Elvish is the language. That is what Dark Elves speak in the beginning. And I'm pretty sure they don't speak any Elvish at all in the beginning. Do I even have regular Elvish? If not, I might want to work on it. I'm going to be sort of shocked, honestly, if I don't have regular Elvish on any one of these guys. I thought so what I usually do is I will group one of my... oh, I'm getting hit. I will group one of my elves, or whoever, with my main character, my mage, my gnome mage. Because he knows all the languages. I think he's 100% efficient at all of them. And as you see here, I did learn some Barbarian at some point. And you can teach the group languages. I don't have Elvish. I've got some Halfling that I learned. I'm 100% in Halfling. That's interesting. How did I get 100% in Halfling? Yeah, none. Oh, okay. One of my characters seems to be 100% fluent in Elvish. Okay. So let me switch to Elvish. And I'm going to spam Elvish to the group a little bit. So that way my Shadow Knight gets to learn it. Okay. I now have 2 points in Elvish. There you go. And all it takes is a little bit of spamming of the language in the group chat, see, to learn it a little bit. And once you learn it a little bit, if you're alone and have a mercenary up, it counts. Or if you're grouped with anybody else, that counts too. So where is my Elvish? Maybe I gotta close it and reopen it. There it is. Okay. I don't have a spam button on here, so we're gonna have to take care of that too. Okay, so we're gonna make up a new macro. I'm gonna call this one language. I might be spelling it wrong, so you know, whatever. It is what it is. Slash timer 6. That's just a command that lets you see that the button's been pressed. Then comma / G, as in for group chat. I know, this is the most cringe sentence I could possibly do. And I think I misspelled it. There we go. Hey guys, I'm teaching us a new language. There we go. So that's it. And we make that button. And then let me move this box here. I'm going to put a copy of this button in each of these 4 slots at the top. Because if you notice, there's these little letters here, ASWD. I have this hotbar, these 4 keys on this hotbar bound to my movement keys. So every time I move left, right, forward, backward, it will trigger one of these 4 keys. And that means every time I'm moving, I'm spamming the group that one sentence. Note, you may not want to do this all the time. You may want to ask your group sort of in advance, say, hey, would you guys like to learn a language? I can spam this language so everybody learns Elvish or Barbarian or Halfling or whatever. And you see, as I'm moving, I only had a skill of 2, and even though I'm not very good at the language, I'm skilling up, and anybody in my group that's grouped with me will skill up as well. All right. So it's a great way to learn languages as you play the game without just sitting there and spamming a sentence. It's like set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about it. And that's my helpful hint of the day. There's no out of character. If you tried to do the /OOC space and then say something to the zone in out of character, we don't have that here on the front of ICER. It's one of the channels that's been disabled because it's sort of the role play server. But there's plenty of reasons to want to play here. And one of them being is that there's a permanent XP bonus. It's free trade, so things that are normally no trade are tradable here. That's a huge one, honestly. There are a few things to note, because people sometimes ask me, hey Fez, how about if I wanted to transfer my character to Phobiah from another server? And I always warn everybody, it's like, you can do that. It's, you know, it's something, it's a service they will provide. But you always want to keep in mind that you cannot leave the server once you've entered. Once a character's been transferred here, they're kind of stuck here forever. So I would, if you're not sure whether you want to play here or not, I'd say make a new character here and just join our guild and stuff, and we'd be more than happy to help you out with some gear and stuff for getting started. We have a Discord. You would join the Discord, and then we actually have a thread that says request for gear and stuff, or whatever, weapons and stuff, or whatever I called it. And you can make requests. And if you're fortunate, someone will see it and read it and help you out and parcel you some gear. Usually what you would do, you'd have to list your character's name, because the only way to parcel it is to know your name and your class and your level, because you don't want to get sent level 1 gear if you're already level 25 or something like that. Or people might assume you're max level, and they'll send you 125 gear that you cannot use. And don't think, well, the 125 gear might be worth more money and I could sell it for other gear. You'd be surprised, man. Because so many people are max level now that the level 125 gear isn't selling very well. What seems to be selling better is like level 60 to 65 gear, oddly enough. The Defiant, like the elaborate Defiant right now, is way overpriced. People are asking for like 100k for an elaborate Defiant breastplate, or just any of the pieces that are less common, you know? That's why my guild started a house where they store that stuff. So if new people join, they could say, hey, you know, does anybody have some elaborate Defiant to, you know, if they want to, say, join our raid group on Wednesdays. And we'd like to help equip people that are joining the raids, because we all do better when we all do better, right? Ooh, I'm running low on mana. Well, not low, but I'm at 65%. So let me chug a mana potion here. What? Potion of Clarity 3? That's not very good. Do I need to make some potions for these guys? I would have thought I would have done that already, honestly. I guess not. Yeah, I'm still using, like, outdated potions, man. Clarity 3, that's for, like, level 15. Oof! Let's give myself a haste as well. I'm sure the haste is not much better. I'll do the poison. I have better poison than I have potions. So I guess after I finish filming this video, I'm gonna have to get on my shaman and make some potions for these guys, because they are not well equipped when it comes to their potions. Especially, I mean, if I wanted to give them all KEI at the beginning of every video, you know, for the missions and stuff, that's one thing. But sometimes I'm feeling a little bit lazy and I don't want to do all that. Wow, they're drawing so much aggro. Well, one of these characters is a ranger. And for some reason, rangers just draw so much aggro just by doing damage. Because I'm just hitting assist on these other two characters. I don't have any kind of magic third-party software that makes them hit extra buttons and stuff. So if they cast spells, it's because it's in the assist key that I hit to get them going, and that's about it. Because you could put, I think, up to 4 or 5 commands per macro. Yeah, so 5 commands, but assist being one of them, really only you can have like up to maybe 4 skills activated, skills or spells, if it's on the assist key. Now, here is a thought though. I wonder if I sort of did a keybind for the 1 key or something like that. No, because then it would all trigger. One thing that would be kind of neat is if there was some sort of way where if I hit my attack key, for example, on one account, that it automatically triggered on the other 2 accounts, because it's the 1 key for each of them, but I have to tab over in each window and hit that 1 key individually. I guess that would be kind of a quality of life improvement. Oh, we got some armor. Hilarious. Flawed silk, of course. It wouldn't be plate or chain, because that's all I have here is plate and chain. It's going to be silk because I don't need silk. How about this charm? Is this charm any good? Oh, it improves as my language skills improve from the common races. Well, it might be useful at some point once I get my language skills up. At least it's not one of those that it only works when it's sunny in Philadelphia or something. Let's take a current look. Oh, I'm currently using a much better charm. This one has no other requirements, and the stats on it are pretty good for this level. If you're wondering, this Talisman, a Living Rock, drops off a Luckland mob in... I'm wondering if it's one of the temples, or I think it's off of the Zone of Maiden's Eye. I forgot what it was called though, but it's not in Maiden's Eye, but it's near it. It's one of the raid type zones. And there's a caster one too that also doesn't require anything extra. You don't have to have mercury in your Gatorade or anything. You know, at least I'm still doing fine. And of course, those other skellies are going after the cleric. They always do. The cleric mercenary has an insane health regen though. Not to mention they can heal themselves. So, flawed defiant plate helmet. I think I already have one. Yep. But at least it gave me plate that time, so that's nice. Doing these missions, it is an opportunity to acquire some of the defiant gear that drops everywhere. So don't think, oh, I don't want to do those dungeons, they're instances and don't drop the defiant gear. No, they do drop the defiant gear on just regular trash mobs, like everywhere else. Which is nice, because, you know, I like doing these. Like I said, they're fun. They've got that old school vibe. And it looks like somebody leveled up just now. And it's my Shadow Knight. It's Phobiah. Let's memorize some of these spells here. Gives me a little more inventory space. Let's see what they are. What's Deathly Temptation? It causes your body to succumb to temptation of death, slowly draining your life away and restoring your mana. Oh! It drains my life but restores my mana. I could use that right now. Yes. Yes, please, and thank you. What about Torment of Fatigue? Covers your target in a torrent of fatigue draining their strength, stamina, and endurance, and giving them to the group. Woo! It's a group buff kind of a thing. I will replace Torment of Hate. 58, and that's a new pet, man. Let's memorize that. All right, because this pet here is the level 33. Get out of here, pal. Summoning a new one. It's not like he had any uber pet weapons or anything. He was just a skelly. And what? So he went from 33 to 37. You're no better. Ugh. That's just sad. Well, I'll hit him with the haste that I have. I don't really know if he does any real damage or anything at all. What a shame. What a shame. The pets at lower level, like anything under 65, they're pretty much crap, but it's a feature of the class. Let's cast this debuff. I'm not seeing a change, like a buff on the group from casting that spell on the guy. Also, I gotta cast my Dark Temptation. Oh, it turned me into a skelly also. Okay. My adventure was successful! Okay, yeah, that was the last monster. But as always, I like to try to clear out as much as possible. You know, waste not, want not. Let's get that XP. Sometimes you score a couple of more pieces of loot, or you find a named. Let's actually, we have a ranger in the group. So let's turn on tracking and see if I can find a named. Let's do consider. I don't see anything that looks like it could be a named. Yeah, I don't think there is one here. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. Someone else just leveled up. Oh, it was Tristah. It was the ranger. So they got some more spells they can memorize. Do they have anything? Is it anything good? Well, it's the damage shield in Call of Ice. We'll cast those on ourselves. So let's hit Phobia with the damage shield. Oof. I'm gonna have to practice on my casting. What is it? Abjuration? That is a special sword right here, man. That is probably a like an ornate defiant broadsword, or maybe a flawed. Let's see if I was right. Flawed defiant. Oh, short sword. My bad. So weird being a skeleton. I know it's sort of a common thing for Shadow Knights, but I just haven't really done it. Oh, it actually took that time. It did the buff on me and the group. That's nice. I kept on wondering, why is it not working? I wonder if that's like, I gotta pull with that spell? If it's the first spell I cast, it works? My controls weren't working for a second. That was weird. I don't think I have any poison at all active on my rogue. I'm playing the rogue like a total dummy. Having poison it's like a buff, and if you have it active, you will proc large amounts of poison damage with your rogue. It's very, very useful. Rogues have become one of my favorite classes after they revamped the whole poison for them. A rake, and of course it's a range item for casters. We're not gonna give you something you can use. You gotta be joking. Don't get greedy now. Be happy to have the experience. I don't know where to go to kill more stuff. Okay, I gotta go back this way. There, it says there might be a named through here. If I haven't done it already, I probably have. Okay, I've done that room. There's no named. And if we go this way, There might be a name down here. But I think I've been through here also. Yeah, I've been through here. I think that might be about it, guys. I don't really see a whole lot. Ah! End find. How did that happen? I don't see a whole lot left to be able to do here. But I hope you guys found this entertaining or something. Maybe helpful with my couple of little hints and stuff. That's what I try to do. I try to be helpful. I'm far from perfect though. Oh, there's a couple of mobs here. Let's try to kill them before we get kicked out of the dungeon. The dungeons do, like, once you finish the mission, they do eject you from there eventually. So if you are doing like what I'm doing, you're playing these dungeons, you'll want to try to hurry lest you be kicked out of it before you have a chance to clear it. And this is another trap over here, which my rogue can disarm by clicking on it and select disarm traps. And there's 3 mobs in here, and I think that's going to be like the end of it. Don't know if there's going to be any decent loot on these guys. None of them look to be named. Although, oh, it's another one of those charms. Lucky charms! Brass pots, orange stars, green clovers. Trying to imitate the Lucky Charms guy and doing a bad job of it. So yeah, I think this guy's about it. Like I said, always please leave comments. I love reading your guys' comments. If you have ideas or things you'd like me to cover, I'm up for that too. I'm up for ideas and suggestions. Remember, we do live streams here every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we do our raids, our progression raids, and I try to make a video every Monday. I used to make them twice a week, but I cut down just because it was hard for me to keep up with the schedule, especially with all those live streams. And working full-time still, I'm unfortunately not retired. I can't afford to be. If you'd like to help me out and support the channel and support what I do, please leave a like. It helps me get seen more in the algorithm. You can also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Better yet, you can join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges, like a link to join our private Discord. If YouTube memberships are not your thing, look at the links below the video down there for a link to the Patreon. Patreon patrons get similar perks, like a link to join the private Discord. I'd like to thank all my current YouTube channel members and Patreon patrons for your support and your continued support. Those of you who have not only subscribed but have resubscribed month after month are my absolute heroes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. And just try to be decent to one another. That would be awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.
Roar by a zombie.